What's good, y'all? Hello. Hey there. I don't know if it's afternoon time. I have no idea. Sorry if the lighting flickers back and forth a little bit. I don't feel like fixing the shades right now. But, y'all, my birthday is, let me see, 7. Don't judge me. What's it, 29? I think it's a little over 9 days away. My birthday is August 7th. And I just been chilling. Let me scoot a little bit closer so I can talk to y'all. I just been chilling. Enjoying myself. I just got done creating her. Yeah, she beautiful. Let me shine the inner light there. So she was my original citron that I got when I was out in Atlanta years ago. And I took her out of her old placement of the way they did it, which nothing was wrong with the way they did the jewelry. I don't knock anybody who does that, but I wanted to try something different for myself. And I wanted it to be more of a healing experience for me and to really be able to enjoy myself. So I was sitting in here doing everything by hand. I got little baby scratches on my fingers. Nothing major, because it's not like really thick copper, which I actually like. But I was sitting here listening to healing music and just drawing in that good energy and those good vibes and having all that, if I had any trauma, to try to let it go and really enjoy just being able to, have her. Because listen, when I got her, you couldn't tell me nothing. You still can't tell me nothing, okay? But this right here, it means a lot to me. And it was a very healing experience to do, just to sit here and listen to the frequency music, healing music, which y'all, I really advise. At work especially, I've noticed when I used to do it at work, it was very healing to me and it changed the way I felt, right? I didn't have attitude, I wasn't mad, I wasn't upset. So listen to it a little bit at work. If you gotta have the headphones in, have the headphones in. That's even better than playing it out loud, because people gonna be like, wait, what is it? Music? Turn it off. I don't want to hear it. But you don't have to, they have different hertz, right? It's like 528 hertz and, let me think, I don't want to get these wrong. Is it 832 hertz? And then 9 something hertz. I don't know. I think that's like the highest that it goes. But the low ones are like in the 100s and the 200s, then the 3s, then the 4s. I think it's like 428 or 420 something. And then it goes into 5s and it goes up from there, and 6 and 7 and all of that. So you can find whatever hertz, and it says HZ on the side of it for frequency music. If you just put in frequency music on the search bar on YouTube, a lot of different channels come up. I personally listen to, majority of the time, sometimes it changes, but I listen to Awake, AWAKE Nation. They typically have, not only do they have the sound, they also have these beautiful visuals for people who need visuals, not just need the sound to move around. They need, visuals to calm down and visuals to just look at. So they have those as well in Awake Nation. Like, they'll be going over all these beautiful landscapes and just like these drone videos and drone images, and just it's really pretty. It's really pretty. So I advise y'all to do that, because it is gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's very helpful to your energy. And if y'all notice, y'all can feel a change in me, if y'all can feel the energy shift in me, y'all can just feel that coming through the the video, the camera right now, because I've changed a lot, and I'm very proud of myself for it. I'm about to get emotional. I'm not gonna cry. But stop myself. Whew. Yesterday was what, Sunday? Yeah. Yesterday I have a healing, I call her a healing coach, but she's a life coach. She goes by D-E-E, right? A lot of people know her. She's very famous in the LGBTQ plus community. She's very known. Very known. Very known, very known, very known, okay? Beautiful woman, beautiful spirit, beautiful soul, beautiful just healing energy in general. And I have all of her books. I bothered her so bad when we first met. Yeah, because y'all ever had that reaction where you're like, oh my gosh, what do I say? Oh, she's famous. Like, she's known. What do I do? I have those freak out moments, but it never shows like on the outside. But I just be stuck. I'm like, oh. Because I always feel like I'm going to say something stupid. Or like, even worse, I'll sit there and trip over something. I'm very clumsy, y'all. I'm extremely clumsy. So I feel like that would just, and you know what I'm saying? It's different. Like, it's just different. Like, I met her on a different type of energy frequency. I was just like, I don't know, like, how much I need to be around her, but I just feel her aura, and I just know that, you know, I need a little bit more healing within my inner knowing and getting myself strengthened with that. So I decided to, you know, tap in with her, and it's really changed me. Like, when I just remember when I met her though, I was like, oh shit, it's you. And y'all, no bullshit, she was like, it's me. What are you saying? Like, why are you saying it like that? And I was like, no, it's you. Like, it's you. It's you. I said, I've been following you for so long. Like, what? And so, she was, and she's been so inspirational and so helpful. She's out there in Dallas, trying to get the right city in Texas, because I'm not out there or from there. So, but she's in Dallas, and she's very known in Dallas. And shout out to her on the 31st. She will be having her, I don't want to say this wrong, but it's got something. It's like a healing. It's not a camp. What is it? Anyway, it's a healing and like come together type of thing. I have to miss it because, you know, shout out to her. She's doing her thing. I love you. Thank you so much for everything. And I will continue to every Sunday. That's literally like church for me, y'all. And just being around these beautiful individuals, being around, like, they're not all mask presenting, but a good majority of them are. And it's just so nice to have this beautiful energy of each other and just exchange it, you know. Even though we're on the video calls, because we can't be around each other all the time. You know, everybody has lives and we're busy. But the hair is hairing. The hair is hairing, okay? All right, yes, Leo, Lion, man. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to, because she's like, hello, you ain't said nothing. I'm here to show you that, you know, you just ain't saying nothing. But anyway, I get sidetracked. So, you look good, girl. You look good. Thank you. You're making me look real good on camera. I promise y'all. Just my hair be like, hello. We not gonna acknowledge me, girl. Come on. You know we Leos. We're Leo. We're Leo. You gonna have to say something. But no, back to what I was saying. It's a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful vibe to be around these women, as far as like on this video call and talking and exchanging stories, exchanging maybe mishaps, or like anything that we feel is very knowledgeable. My very first time doing it, which was it last Sunday or the Sunday before last? It was very recent. Y'all, I was very much quiet. I didn't say much. I didn't know what to say. I didn't speak. But this last time around, honey, I was chatting it up. I had something to say. It's like every time I would be like, okay, I'm good. And thing would come up in my throat, be like, and another thing. And I'm like, girl, hold on. Wait. You gotta give me a moment. But I've always been open and free. So I've always had that come out. I can't stop it. can't stop it. Like, I try to, and I'll be very respectful of like the time frame of everything, and let the individual stop, you know, all the way talking, and have that pause before I say something, before I speak, because I'm not rude at all. But that part, it's just like, and another thing, and another thing, and another. I'm like, girl, I get it, okay? We're healing, but I need you to chill. Like, you ain't got to say that. It ain't got to come out like that all the time. And I promise y'all, this is me naturally. Like, this is not rehearsed. I'm this goofy all the time. I feel like I'm better in person than I am over the camera and over like video calls and on the phone. I'm just goofy. Very, very goofy. But the healing energy, shout out to Coach D. A lot has changed. And I just want to thank you for not giving up on yourself and not giving up on your vision. And what you really, really saw for yourself, what you saw not only for yourself, but for others. Because it's a good healing community. We already have enough problems and enough drama with the LGBTQ plus community as it is. But I just feel like, y'all, this radiating energy is in me. I hope y'all can feel it through the screen. I send you some love and light, and yes, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Let me quit. I've been watching Pepe too much. Y'all remember Pepe the King Prawn? Okay. But what does this mean, okay? Like, I love him, yo, off the Muppets. I wish he would have just had his own TV show or his own movie, something of just him. Because he is fucking hilarious. Like, he's funny. He's very funny. And I actually was inspired by him after watching him. So, y'all, I redid a graphic of him. I gave him, like, a new chain. And it's blinked out. I gave him some new shades. I highlighted his aura around him. I gave him, like, this fire, black and silver cowboy hat. When I tell y'all that shit is so funny because the sunglasses, like all of that. He just... And on the side I put yeehaw, okay? Like that right there. That type of stuff makes me laugh. That type of stuff makes me feel good. But like back to what I was saying, I hate when I do this. But I just want to say thank you, Coach D, again, for everything that you've done, everything that you're still doing. I'll probably be in that group for quite some time trying to get my healing on, because healing is not linear, y'all. It's not linear. It has no lines to it, and there's no time frame to it either. And it's infinite. It's constant. Like, it never completely ends. Because what y'all will find is when you start really wanting to do the work within yourself, and for you only, when you start that, it's so much to just have come out of you and sit it on the table and just look at it and be like, damn, that's what I was taught. Damn, that's the mindset I was taught. That's this, that's that. Like, it's a lot that comes out. And then once you release all of that, then you can start really loving on yourself and giving, a lot of people. I somewhat believe in the inner child thing because I had a good childhood, but what I realized is that's a energy. The inner child is an energy that you had when you were young and you were innocent, right? They typically say the age of 7. But when you were young and you were innocent and you came and you had this power of like just knowing things but having no experience behind it. And that, if you notice, like when they say, kids say the darndest things, but if you sit there and pay attention when they speak, you don't know where that's coming from. A lot of times they've never been taught stuff. Like, yeah, they could have been around something, but they've never been taught that. And it's like, where is that coming from? Ooh, okay, all right. I just had a moment. I just had a thought. And it really just hit me right there just now. So I'm going to share it with y'all. even if it's uncomfortable for me in a sense, because I still miss my grandmother very much. But I remember at the age of 7, and I've said this on a video prior, like a couple videos ago, when I was just talking. But when I was the age of 7, I remember having like a normal bath, right? There's nothing like spectacular about it. Some just regular bubble bath. Because I had been out playing and getting the bubble bath. So I used to stay in the woods. I used to stay in the trees. It took my mama sometimes coming outside and getting me from out there because I would make up stuff. I'd be like, oh, if we live in this little area, like, y'all, I promise y'all, you couldn't do it. You couldn't bring me inside. But when I got out of the tub, I just remember getting dressed, going down the stairs, and asking my mom, like, hey, can I have something to write with? Like, do we have some paper and like a pen or pencil or something? And she's like, yeah, is everything okay? Like, do we need to talk? And I said, no, everything's fine. I just want to write. And she said, okay. And I wrote at the top how to get rid of cancer. I underlined that title, and then I started with the bullet points. I'm 7, y'all, and I didn't know anything about cancer or anything. Put the dots there, and I started going down. I was like, eat healthier, go outside more, because back then I didn't know what I think I said something like no fast food, no something like that, no junk food. And that's what I meant by fast food. No junk food, very little to none. Eat more fruits, because I was big on fruits back then. I wasn't big on vegetables when I was growing up, like when I was real small. So I was like, eat more fruits. Be kind. I think I said something along the lines of be loving. And then at the bottom, I put something about, like, cut out sugar, right? I probably said a few more things that I can't recall. But if y'all see me doing this, that's like me visually going back in my mind and remembering when I wrote stuff down. Because some people can do that. And I put a few, like 2 or 3 more bullet points, but I can't recall them. That's kind of foggy for me right now. But I gave it to my mom. She was like, oh. She said, did you watch something on the TV, or did your grandmother? And I remember her saying this, did your grandmother say something to you? My grandmother is the one that I lost to stomach cancer. She first had bone cancer, and it just kept going and coming for not quite 7 years. It was just a little over 6 years that she was sick. And then the last time that we went to, sorry, I just got a text message right there. I see it popping up. The last time that we went to the ocean, my grandmother was so adamant about us going to the beach and the family being together to go to the beach. And even my grandpa was there. For those that don't know, I lost my grandmother back in September. I thought it was August. It was September, because we went down to the beach in August. September, I think 25th. Yeah, September 25th is when I lost her. That was the afternoon time. She took her last breath, and me and my aunt were standing right next to her when that happened. So, and it was still like very hurtful, because I never wanted to lose her, but I also seen how just in pain she was, how sick she was, how bad she didn't want to be here anymore. And I never understood that until I seen that firsthand. And I love my grandmother to death. That was like, we were like this. Like I love bothering her. I love coming to see her. Her birthday is November 3rd. For those, and my grandpa, shout out to him. Happy belated birthday to him. His birthday is the 23rd, so it starts right when Leo season starts. But he passed away due to COVID complications in January, and they were right like 4 months apart from each other, just about. Like literally, y'all. It was back to back, losing grandparents. But where was I going with this? See, I hate this. Sometimes this happen to me, and I'm just trying to remember. But with my grandma, that's what I was saying. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. November 3rd is her birthday, which means she's a Scorpio. Love my grandmother dearly. She was, when I tell y'all nobody could talk shit about me, nobody could talk shit about me at all. She would not allow that. She may talk shit about me, either to my face, behind my back, or both, but nobody was allowed to talk about me. That went for all of her grandkids. That went for her kids. Like, she was so adamant about not being that way. She always provided. She was always funny. She was just like, you know, everything. She used to just, there were times where I'm so thankful she gave me time to just live with her. And I used to say to my friend all the time when I was there, I was like, and I never understood what I was talking about, y'all. I had no idea what this meant. But I would stand there sometimes in the bedroom and I would call my friend and she's like, what's wrong? You quiet. You're never quiet like that. Just sitting on the phone. And I said, it just feels like death in this house. What? Like, I say that back now and I'm like, what? I'm getting chills right now. Like, I'm literally getting chills. I used to say it feels like death in this house. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know why I have that feeling. I don't know where that's coming from. My grandmother begged, y'all. She did not want to be in a home, a hospice area, a hospital, anything. She wanted to die at home in peace. And she did. She passed away in her bed because it got to the point where she couldn't move. She couldn't talk. She stopped opening her eyes, all of that. We even experienced the death rattle. Death rattle is something that when I tell y'all, nurses know exactly what I'm talking about with the death rattle. CNAs know what I'm talking about. Anybody in that field. Family members and friends that have been through that. I'm telling y'all, listening to that messes you up. Because you're like, well, why is that coming from my family? And it's because of this mucus that's coming down here and they can't swallow anymore. They don't have the ability to swallow anymore. And I kid y'all not, but real quick to finish what I was saying, I said that to my friend a lot. She's like, you keep saying that. Why do you keep saying that? I'm like, I don't know. Just like I would walk around work and be like, my grandma and 3, my grandma and 3, my grandma and 3. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, just remind me that about my grandmother and the number 3. When my grandmother took her last breath and she looked up and that was it. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing at myself. Because I was like, just sitting there like that, like just stuck. I was crying. I was hurt because she's gone, but I'm just like stuck in the moment, literally. And I'm like, asking my aunt, I said, hey, is there a clock behind you? And she's like, yeah, why? Like, and she didn't mean to be, she's not being mean, but it's just, she's crying. She misses my grandmother. And I'm like, no, for real, is there a clock behind you? And she said, yeah, why? I said, I just want to see what time it is. She said, okay. Y'all, when she moved out the way, y'all know what time it was. 3:30. 3:30. There go the chills again. 3:30 p.m. And I kept hollering about my grandma and 3 at work months before, when she was declining pretty rapidly when she was sick. And she knew it was serious. And I kept saying my grandma and 3. She passed away at 3:30 in the afternoon. So, and to make matters like even crazier for y'all, just so y'all know, I've never seen, they call it, it's from Japan, right? That's where it originated from. But they call it the Japanese death flower. I have no idea what that is. I didn't know what that was. But I kept driving. We would park, we would have enough space for maybe a vehicle or 2 in the parking area right there in front of the garage. And then to the side, there would be a lot more spaces to park right there in the grass, right? I kept parking around that area in the grass all the time, not paying attention. This one particular time, I get out. And something told me don't go all the way forward. I get out. I look down. I kid y'all not. I kid y'all not. This flower had sprouted. And it was fully there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And I'm like, I've never seen a flower like that. It's pretty. But I'm like, what is this? So I took a picture of it. I pulled up because I have an Android. And I'm always probably going to be team Android, so y'all just going to have to get over it because I'm not going to change. But I'm sticking with that. I'm loyal to that, okay? But with that, I did the Google Lens thing because you can do that with just about any image that doesn't, I want to say iPhone do it, I'm not sure. So I don't know because I don't have one. Never had one. But the Google Lens picks up the picture. Y'all, I was frozen out in that yard. When that popped up, I was like, what? And I'm reading it. The Japanese death flower is a very beautiful flower. But it's typically like reddish orange or red. And it sprouts up. Sometimes it can be a singular one, and sometimes you can have multiples. That one was a singular one that came out the ground right there by the sidewalk in the corner of the yard, and I'll never forget that. And it's very pretty. But I read on, and it says that flower pops up when a loved one, whether it be a friend or whoever or family, they're getting ready to transition, and it pops up from like, basically it was, I'm remembering this like because I did a thorough Google search on this. It said it pops up to let the family members or the friends know that it is okay, they're going to be okay, and that it's a part of life. But find beauty in what you see. Find beauty in looking at this flower. Because at the end of the day, it's still a flower. The death flower is still a flower. And a lot of people actually get it tattooed on them when they witness it, when they see it. Because, like I said, it's real big in Japan. Because that's where it originated from what I read. And a lot of people say that they get blessed with that. And if they're very, very connected, it's got something to do with the spiritual realm as well. If they're very, very connected to the friend or to the family member or even to a partner, and that shows up, a lot of people get that tattooed on them because of the significance of it. And I'm just like, wow. So in a way, I feel like that was, for me personally, because my aunt didn't know what it was either, and I showed her, and she was shocked. She was quiet for like the rest of the day, and I didn't mean to like, go there with that, but that was a lot to take in, and now I know what all of it means. I haven't spoken on this, and I've been big about not saying anything, but I am a person who is connected to dreams. Now, the dreams can be chaotic, and, not everything in that dream makes sense or has a message. But I do dream in color. But I have dreams typically either months or a year or two or something before somebody passes that I'm very connected to. I have a dream with them in it. Like I'm either meeting them or sitting down with them. It first happened to me when my godfather was about to pass. I hadn't seen him. He had a Parkinson's disease, so he would shake really, really, really bad. And this was when I was like a child. I think a teenager at the time, I think. And I remember having this dream, and all he kept telling me was, I said, you look like, it was an all-white room, y'all, okay? Well, I'm going to give y'all a visual. It was an all-white room with this bench, this wooden bench, and I'm like, girl, what happened? I was just dreaming about this, and why am I here? Like, oh, so am I supposed to sit on the bench because the bench is there? I'm scared. So I sat down on the bench, and it's like a moment of, yeah, I'm not kidding. It's like a moment of time lapsed while I'm sitting there minding my own business, trying to figure out why I'm in the room. And my godfather is sitting next to me. And I look over, and he has this like white type of like aura thing around him, like a glowing type of thing. And he's not shaking. This is like, every time I talk about this, I get chills. Just anything that I talk about that I'm connected to, I get chills. Which is letting me know what I'm talking about is real. It's a reality for me. And for many other people who might go through it or question it. You're not crazy. Like, it does happen to people. But the dream was just like, it felt so real and so vivid. And I asked him, I said, what am I doing here? And he said, I just want you to know that everything is going to be okay. When he spoke those words to me, it's like I knew what that meant. At that age, I knew that meant that he's going to eventually pass. But I accepted that when he said it. But then right after those words, I was like, well, why are you? I'm just like, I'm kind of confused because you're not shaking. You're not, he said, this is what you've seen and what y'all witnessed was a body. Okay. Now that I know I'm in this good state and I've accepted, basically, he didn't say this, but now I'm like really reading into it now that I'm older and way more connected. So I understand what he was meaning by this is just a body that you see. Once they accept, okay, I gotta let go. I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Yes, it's scary because I'm, getting ready to pass, but I have to know that everything's going to be okay. Like, I have to come to an acceptance of that and just stop fighting it. Once they do that, that's when they know. It's like they know they're not trying to fill their heads with other things and thinking they've accepted it. And they feel at peace. And he said, I no longer have to worry about that. I will no longer be sick. I will no longer be shaking. I will no longer be going through the pain that I was going through. And it made me happy to know that, because he was real bad with Parkinson's disease. He used to kind of make it mad because he couldn't get around and move and stuff like that. But I remember getting a call, I don't think it was a year later, but a couple months later, and let me know he passed. And I already had that dream. I had a dream with my grandmother. And I don't typically, I think I let my aunt know about this, but this is my first time actually speaking on it like this, especially on here. So y'all bear with me if I get a little quiet or I might shed a tear or two, but I have to, just tell y'all about it. I had a dream about my grandma. My grandmother used to have really bad nosebleeds, right? We growing up, I didn't know what that meant. I still kind of don't know what that came from, but her nose would just start bleeding out of nowhere, and I don't mean like a little bit of blood, like it was epic nosebleeds. And she would either stain her shirt sometimes, or we'd have to go get her napkins, and sometimes she'd stick them up there, like she twisted and stick them up there, and she would literally be like this talking to us, like it didn't bother her. It got to a point where she was so used to having them. And I remember I was in the back house, which was like the pool house that was out there, and there was no furniture, there was no nothing. It was all open because it's changed. It's not, my grandmother got a wall kind of put in for it to be changed into like a bedroom type of apartment instead of just an all open studio thing. But it was back to the all studio. Everything was the way I remember as a child, but there was nothing in that room. And I was like, there's a little corner space now, and I was coming out from that little area from the bathroom out into that, and I was standing there, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Again, I was questioning that, and I was like, I went like this, and I'm like, is my nose? I looked down at my hand, my nose just started bleeding. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I'm like trying to wipe it, y'all, and I'm like, I ain't got no tissue, I don't have no nothing, I can't even use my shirt. Like, I was freaking out. And to the right of me, literally like a few inches away, was my grandma, and I couldn't see her for whatever reason. And at that moment, and I'm freaking out, my grandma, and I hear my grandma speak. And she said, baby, if you would just stop, relax, take a second, your nose will stop bleeding. Everything will go away. Everything will be fine. Just listen to what I'm telling you. And I just said, okay, accepted that again, let that come out, and breathe through it. And next thing I know, I'm looking at my hand, my blood's gone. Went like this, there's no blood. On my hand, there's no blood coming from my nose. It has completely stopped. And I'm just like, okay, now I know I'm dreaming. I know I'm in this dream, because you can't do this on earth. You can't do this in real life, in real time. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, what is this trying to tell? And in my mind, I'm like, what is it trying to tell me? So I look over, and as I look over to my grandmother, she has that light around her, right? This nice little beautiful aura. Sometimes people say it's like a white light or a yellow light, but it's just like very bright and very welcoming, and just very, it just feels wonderful. So she has that aura around her, and I'm like, the light, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I know where we're going with this, because now I'm older. So I said, how did you know my nose was going to stop bleeding? She said, because anytime that you panic or you get so into yourself, nothing's going to work out. You have to relax. You have to let things go. Let things be. You'll be fine. You know that. That's what she told me. She said, you know that. And I said, okay. So as I'm talking to her, we're just having a normal conversation, and not too many words were spoken after that, and I can't remember what we were talking about, but I said, why do you, and I won't forget this either, I said, why do you look like the grandmother that I remember when I was younger? You look younger. You don't look like the grandmother that I know now, right? At this age, during this present time. And she said, well, she said, that's when you remember me not being sick. That's when you, I didn't want to do this, Granny, I didn't want to do this. That's when you remember me healthy. That's when you had that innocence about me. And so your mind is showing you that I'm okay. Like, you know that I'm okay. You know I will be okay. But that was, ooh, y'all, that was something else. That was, so I was like, okay, but she said, I need you to know this. I'm like, Lord, here we go with the messages, here we go. Like, I'm saying this in my head while I'm standing next to my grandma, because I'm just like, here we go. I already know it's a message. It's a message. Like, she said, I need you to know that I'm going to be okay. Right? Everything's going to be fine. The family will be okay. I just need you to know that. And I need you to not fight on this one. Baby, I've been fighting till now since I lost her, okay? Because I was very connected with my grandma. I still am. But ooh, it was just so hurtful with that. Like, 'cause I was like, ooh, I know what this means. I know what this dream means. But then I asked her, I said, why again is this apartment empty? And now, to mind y'all, yeah, it's what I remember as a child, right? It's an open studio. It didn't have the walls. But what she said next was something that I just, like, I keep replaying that part of the dream nonstop, because that's She gave me clarity. She said, this will all make sense. This will all make sense later on. Just know, like at one point, this is going to be empty. And I'm like, what? Why am I? I'm not going to tell y'all like in detail, but I just was like, that doesn't make any sense because it's not empty at the current moment. And she told me, she said, it will be empty. It will be open. And you won't understand. It's like it's like my grandma came to tell me, but she knew, I already knew in that sense, like, you know what I'm saying? I could pick up on things at that point. She kind of knew that about me, but we just never spoke on it. But then when it came to, it's like she had to tell me more messages on top of that already message. And I'm like, damn it, I don't want all these messages. I don't want to have to sift through all these messages, but that was her thing. She wanted me to know more in depth and detail, and it wouldn't make sense now, but it would make sense later. I tell you what, when later came, it made sense. It made sense. And I keep going, I'm like, oh, that's what that meant. Oh, that's what that is. I've had so many dreams since then. She will visit me, especially when I'm like really missing her. And it's like an event, like it doesn't matter if it's her birthday, if it's grandpa's birthday, if it's my birthday, if it's a family member's birthday, her kid's birthday, my sister's birthday, anything like that, or a very important event like, or we used to get together like typically around Christmas or New Year, somewhere around there, right? She showed up at different times. But there were different times she would show up, and every time she showed up, she always had that light around her. She was always younger. She was always healthy. And I remember I was crying so much one day, and I closed my eyes, and I don't remember where I was sitting or what I was doing. I can't remember if I was at work or what, but I was so, like, I missed her so much. And all I kept saying was, I just wish I had a way of scratching her back, right? Just giving her scratches on her back. Because my grandmother would always, every time I come around her, we were the same height, right? Same height or right at the same height. I get my little baby feet that everybody picks on me. Her feet were smaller than mine. So y'all pick on me, but that's where I get that from. And I would come up and she'd go, oh, scratch my back, scratch my back. That was her thing, scratch my back. I need my back scratched, right? And I was just like, Granny, what? And she's like, just scratch my back, just scratch. And she'd be like, no, I need to feel your fingernails, like scratch my back. So it used to crack me up so much. But I would scratch her back, right? Go like this or kind of like this, like just because I didn't want to be too rough with her, but I would do it and she would feel better. And I'm like, what is it with you? And she's like, it just makes me feel better because my back will either itch or hurt or whatever. And when somebody does that for her, it makes her feel better. So. And at that moment, in that space of time, I was like crying, like really bad. And I was like, I just wish I was able to walk up and scratch her back. Like, and I remember saying that while I was crying. And it was like I think it would be considered like a lucid dream type of thing, because I wasn't really dreaming. It was like more like a daydream type thing. We were in the kitchen. The kitchen was what I remember as a child. She came around the corner and she was going, what did she used to do? She used to make this noise with her nose, and I'm like, where is she at? Like, 'cause that was, you know how people have noises and you can tell where they are around you? She would do that, and she would just, that's what it was. And I'm like, where is she at? Like, and she would keep doing that. She would do that with her nose all the time because her nose would itch, and she'd be doing that. She'd put her finger up under her nose and do that. And I forgot all about that child. She would, and I'm like, what are you doing? It used to be a very funny memory of mine that I had of her, and I still remember it to this day. I just forgot about it for a while until just now. But she was doing that. I was like, okay, she's around me. She comes around the corner. She's asking me for her drink, and I handed it to her. I guess, she was waiting on me to fix something because she must have been in another room in the house. And y'all, I'm not kidding. I step away from the sink, right? I remember this. I'm like trying to maneuver around her from like walk around her from behind her and go, I guess, to the room or to the living room or whatever I was doing, dining room area, whatever it was. And as I'm going, she's like, oh, wait. And this light is around her. It's literally like light is coming in through, like it's literally coming in through the window right there. That's right there above the sink. All this light is coming through. And she's like, oh, wait. She said, I need my back scratched. When she said that, I was like, oh, she knows. She knows. Like, she knows I'm missing her. She knows that I, like, needed that in that moment. I needed that so bad. And I was just so thankful because I remember I started smiling and laughing, crying a little bit more, but I wasn't as upset. And I was like, I just looked up and I was like, thank you. I needed that. So, more to the story about it saying, because I was just running my mouth and, you know what I'm saying, very quiet spoken, not being as funny. Death, unfortunately, is inevitable. We can't stop it. It's going to happen to all of us. It's a part of being human. It sucks. It really sucks. But, and I feel like a couple people need to hear this. Just know that those memories that you hold on to, you have very sweet, loving, kind, funny memories. You made them for a reason. You made those memories for a reason. You made your mind, your subconscious remember those. You'd be like, oh, I'm going to remember this. Oh, snapshot. Oh, snapshot. Oh, snapshot. And that's what you did. And now it's in there. So when you're going through the pain or you're missing them, because they know you're going to miss them. They know that it's going to be painful. You're going to be mad. Sometimes when it first happens, you're going to be angry, upset, pissed off, cussing people out, all that stuff. They know it's going to happen. But those memories that you have, just try to remember those. Like, actually try to not really relive them, but just, you know how like on a projector screen, you have like the projector screen itself comes down, then you watch the movie? Similar to that, let that memory play back in real time. Whether you're sleeping, whether you're daydreaming like it's a lucid type of dream, like you're kind of up, or whether you're just in your mind thinking, let that play back. Let that play back. And I feel like I don't know a lot of YouTubers personally that I watch and that I'm subscribed to, and I watch them all the time. But I know for a fact that they've spoken on it, but they don't speak on it a lot, especially not anymore. But a lot of them have lost family members. Whether it be mom, whether it be grandma, because, baby, I feel you on a grandma. I feel you deeply on a grandma. Whether it be like an aunt or another parent, maybe it be a dad, they've lost family members, or good friends. To them, just in case any of them are watching this, it sucks. I know, but just know that y'all gonna be cussing at the screen. Somebody might throw something at the screen when I say this. You know what I'm saying? You might pause me or cut me off because you might get stuck when I say this. Your person that you lost or people that you lost, they can see wherever they are in another realm, whatever, whether you believe in, you know what I'm saying, heaven above or whatever's around you, they can see you in real time. Like, they can see you doing what you're doing on your YouTube. They can see you. They can really see you. Like, and y'all don't understand. A lot of them are like, ooh, okay, all right, enough with the emotions. Ooh. A lot of them are really, really proud of you. All of them are proud of you, actually. And they don't want you to stop. They know that sometimes it gets hard. It gets difficult. But they don't want you to stop. They want you to keep going. They want you to keep making that content. And they definitely want you at some point I'm trying, okay, throat chakra, give me a second. I'm getting choked up when I say this. They do want you to reach out to them somehow, some way. You can sit down and act like you're talking to them, close your eyes, or when you go to sleep, and you're missing them, they want you to, even if you have to speak to them out loud, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't do it when people are around, but that's the thing too. They want you to have that conversation with them. They want you to talk to them. They want you to talk to them. However it is that you can talk to them, you don't have to do it verbally out loud, but they want you to speak to them, especially when you hit that moment or that time, or it may be a day, it may be a couple of days, or just a couple of hours where you just feel like you can't go on. They want you to speak to them. Give them that time. And whatever it is that you need to know coming from them, you'll get it. You'll get that message. You'll get told what you need to do next if that's what you're looking for. Whatever you're looking for, whatever your purpose is, or if you're just missing them, they want you to speak to them however you can, however you choose. That way they can tell you what you need to do next. But trust me, they are extremely proud of you. I don't channel at all, but I felt like that's what that was, and it still is. It's like still in me, of that emotion of they are extremely proud of you for being that family member, or being that person that you said you would be. Because I'm sure you talked about being famous, you talked about getting known, you talked about it to them possibly, or other family members or friends or whatnot. But they're also thankful that it's you. It's you. They're thankful that it's you. That you are, now the sun want to come out. It's just storming outside. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to get emotional, but it's that emotion is there. It's you, meaning it's you. They're just thankful that out of all the family members, out of all the friends, out of everybody that is in this timeline of their life, they're thankful that it's you that is pushing through, that is doing the necessary work within yourself and the necessary work around you, whether it be family, whether it be friends. They're very thankful that it's you. They're very thankful that it's you. They're extremely thankful that it's you. Trust me, they wouldn't want nobody else. They wouldn't want nobody else, and I feel like somebody needs to hear that. They are so happy that you are living your life the way that you want to live it, the way that you have desired since either you was a child, since you were a young adult, whatever it may have been, even recently. You are living the way that you have wanted to live for so long, for some of you. And they're just so happy that you're doing that. They're so happy that you're in that emotion and that you're trying to work through some of your traumas. They're trying to work through some of your pain. You're doing things and you're breaking stuff. A lot of people don't know that, but you're breaking a lot of generational curses by doing the things that make you happy, that bring you joy, that give you that inner happiness, that inner purity, like as a child. They're very thankful that it's you. They are. Because I'm hearing, I don't want nobody else. I wouldn't want nobody else. No, thank you. They're happy that it's you. They're so happy that it's you. This is very strange because I don't normally do this, y'all. And I don't channel. It's very odd, but I feel like a lot of people that watch my YouTube or know of me or know because I'm a small channel, but that, I can feel that. And I have to say that to the folks that I really honestly look up to on YouTube that are doing, I feel like, better than me. And there are a couple of them. They trust me, when y'all watch this, y'all know who I'm talking about. but they're thankful it's you. They are so thankful it's you, and it's only you. Like, it's almost like relief for them that you're actually now doing, or you've been doing it, and you've been questioning yourself at some point, but you're in your energy, and you are loving on yourself, and you're trying so hard to guide yourself. Y'all don't understand. I feel like in the spiritual world aspect, the spiritual realm, when you do what some people say it's a calling, some people say it's walking into your purpose or walking in your purpose, whatever. When you do that, it's almost like they can feel it. They can feel it on the other side. And when that happens, wherever they are, when that happens, that's when they're just like, you get this energy out of nowhere, or you get these feelings, these emotions, this happiness, or even these thoughts, these like, envisionments, so to speak, visions of, and you just be writing or drawing, sketching, or just be like in your phone, you got all this inspiration out of nowhere. That's because they can feel you. They can feel you. They know, oh, look at my baby. Look at my baby. Or look at my boy. Look at him. Or look at my friend. Look at you. Look at you just keeps replaying. Look at you. Look at you. Just look at you. Look at you. Doing things and breaking barriers. In your own community, look at you breaking barriers in being able to speak. And just speak on here, regardless of what kind of content you got YouTube-wise. Look at you. You're doing that. You're doing that. Whew, then my back hurts. I feel like the message was said. I channeled it, whatever. I was not expecting that. But that was very real. That was not a put on. That was not, y'all notice how my emotions just dried up like that? They need y'all to know that. And shit, I may be a small channel. I may be still growing, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with where I'm at. I'm very thankful for where I'm at. The last time I checked, I'm almost, not quite, but last time I checked, which was today, I was at under 150 subscribers. I started, y'all, and I couldn't even get past 11 for the longest time. Couldn't get past 20 for the longest time. Couldn't get past 30 for the longest time. Wasn't getting no views. There is one video. It's short. It's like literally right at 1.5 minutes of me just acting like my mom at the back of school one. The last time, I got so excited when I had just 1,000 views of that. I don't care if it's 1 minute, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. It don't matter. 1,000 people had watched it at that time. Y'all, it ain't even been 2 weeks. It ain't even been 2 weeks. I think it's been over a week, but it ain't been 2 weeks. That is at 15,000 views right now. Y'all heard me. 15,000. When I checked out, I said, you gotta be kidding me. Y'all think I'm funny? Like, this is the first thing that I thought about. But the second thing was, damn, it's really happening. On my shorts, I don't like doing shorts. Oh, it drives me nuts, y'all. I'm sorry, because that's why I'm not on TikTok like that. That's why I don't make content for TikTok. My shorts, I use, is it Opus? O-P-U-S? Something with the O that I use. I think it is Opus. And they will do them for you, where they'll do the words and all of that, help you out, and you just download them. They give you free credits for however many different, because they do different clips, right? Do it for 30 seconds. Sometimes I do it up to 1 minute, but I think 1 minute is the cutoff, because that's when the shorts cut off, is the minute time frame. With that, y'all need to check that out. I learned that from Arlene Hamilton. I hope I'm saying her name right, but Arlene Hamilton, I learned that from her, watching her. And she was like, if you really want to get more views on your channel in general, or on the shorts, because the short views are so hard to do, because most of mine was like raw content, raw shorts that I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Or like cutting out and posting after I got done with them when I would edit them. But if you want to do that for the short views so you can start getting more viewers and get pulled in for more of a better audience for you, do that. And I did the Opus, and y'all, it's changed. It has changed. There's a video, the last time I checked, I'm not far from 1,000 views on that one YouTube short, and it's of me, because Sergeant Kennedy passed away. For those of y'all that don't know, I am a veteran. I was in the Army. Done deployments, I was dead. We're not going to talk about that. That is not important. It's not part of this video like that. Like, we ain't going in depth with that. But with him, I acted like him because he was just so funny to me. He was hilarious. And he was such a good person. Not only was he a good sergeant, he was a good person. But I was acting like him. That's why I look kind of crazy in my little uniform stuff that I do have. But that I do have left over still with me. And with that, like, I'm just like, damn. The video itself was like maybe 10 minutes long or 15 minutes, something like that. But it didn't get a whole lot of views. But that was everything. That was everything. Sorry, on my nose just got to going. That was everything. That was everything. Oh my goodness. Like, and still, I'm still growing. I'm still moving. I'm still getting better and better and better. Like, this is what you would consider a craft too, right? We don't know what we're doing half the time we get on here. And half the time we just make content for y'all. We hope y'all watch it. We hope y'all like it. We hope that you'll play it the whole, like, as I'm looking at the timestamp now, it's 101, right? I'm hoping that people are going to watch it all the way to the hour and not click off, because TikTok has gotten a mindset set of so many folks that's why YouTube was created, because you could put however long the content was until it cuts you off, depending on if it's music, depending on whatever it is. I'm just hoping that y'all will watch it to that hour. Or I hope you watch it until the 30 minutes. I really hope you watch it till close to the 50-minute mark or the whole hour, so that way you can get the message that was towards the end of the video. But y'all have been so, like, in the head about TikTok and short. Like, they have been pushing that. Short time span, short thought process, short, like making it to where your attention span, that's what I was looking for. Your attention span is so short that now you don't want to watch nothing past a minute. You don't want to watch nothing past 5 minutes, because you don't have that there, because you got so used to TikTok. That's why y'all don't see me. I post shorts, but I don't do it as much now. Like, I put out more content from the Opus, I hope I'm saying that right, from the Opus content creation thing, and you can find it online. It's not like an app that you have to download, but that's a big thing. That's a big thing to just be able to, because y'all don't get that. Y'all sit there and watch a movie that's got all that damn drama behind it, or it's sad or even scary, and you'll do that all day long. Or you'll sit there and watch all these episodes, right, of dramatic stuff, or a lot of stuff that's staged because they're actors and actresses on there, or even just watching all of that drama. The majority of it is fake. You'll watch that, but you won't watch somebody on YouTube that is just trying to get themselves started, or was trying to talk. Or that's why when I first started getting on here, because I've had this damn channel since 2009. A lot of people don't know this, but I've had this channel since 2009. I finally changed the name to my actual birth, first and last name, because I've always had this feeling that I was going to be known. I was going to get known. I was going to get seen out here, and it will be in front of the camera, but it's the way that I want it. I didn't want the actress thing. Even though I'm quite funny and I can really get into character, that's not the point. And I was in drama in high school. I was really good. But as far as this goes, like, I'm used to this. This is my niche. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people won't watch this far into things. A lot of people won't even watch past 10, 15 minutes, because their mind, they feel like, oh, I'm bored. Well, if you kept watching a few minutes later, you would have gotten the message you needed to get, and that would have been that. But I'm gonna get off this because now I feel like I'm getting on a tangent, and that was not the purpose of this video. Okay. Channel my inner Pepe. Channel my inner Pepe. That man, boy, I tell you what, that Pepe is like my spirit animal. Pepe is fucking hilarious. Hilarious. I am not a shrimp. I am a king prawn. Like, he gets so mad when people call him a shrimp. He's like, I'm another shrimp. He just chest come out. I am a king prawn. Like, oh, shit, man. I didn't even know, y'all, before I end this video, did y'all know that he did a, was it Papa John's commercial back in 2002? It's on YouTube. You can go find it. You can research. You can put in Pepe the King Prawn and then put in Papa John's commercial or commercials or whatever, and it'll pop up. Bro, they had him sitting, because he's so small, they had him sitting on a whole stack of the, what do they call it? The phone books, bro. A whole stack of the phone books. And he's sitting there and he's on the phone. And I guess the boss or manager or whoever he was, supervisor, comes up in the little window while he's sitting back there, and he goes, what did he say? He was like, da da da, what do you do? Like, getting on to him. And he was like, what did he I don't know if he was talking to him being funny back to his manager, or he was talking to the person on the phone. He was like, don't tell my business, woman. Like, he just don't tell my business, woman. He just got mad. Bro, he is hilarious. Like, and then he was getting pissed. He gets so into character, having that thing. Being in the Muppets, that's where he's from. Because people are probably like, what? The Muppets. So if you remember the Muppets, that's where he was from. Like Kermit and Miss Piggy and I keep wanting to call him Alfonso. Fonzo and Renzo the rat. I can't forget Renzo. Renzo was hell, bro. Renzo was hell. But all of them, you know, an animal and what was that damn bird's name? Was it Colonel Bird? Bird Colonel something. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That big old blue bird that had that huge unibrow thing going on. But no, you had that. And that, I remember growing up on that. So Pepe was fucking hilarious to me. I feel like he never got enough time. He talked about YouTube too. Like, y'all got to go watch all his clips. Like, I did. Y'all, please, Pepe. Please, Pepe, we calling you. Please, Pepe, we need to laugh. Come back out of hiding and do something. It don't matter if you start your own little YouTube thing or you just do one YouTube movie, one YouTube episode where you talk and you say hello and all of that. Like, we need you back on here, man, because my inner child just loves Pepe. Loves Pepe. Like, that graphic that I did of Pepe gives me so much life. It does. But back to that commercial, he was going into it with him, and he was like, are you talking to China? Are you calling China? Because they had a different dialect they was speaking. And he goes, it's an untapped market, okay? It's an untapped market, okay? He was so serious. And so when the manager, whoever he was, it was supposed to be over him, was like walking out, he does like this, like gets mad with them and everything. And he's like back at him, but you see his back going like that. And then he hits something or does something, and Pepe hits the phone button a couple times. Like, y'all, it's so funny. Then there was one where he was driving, and it sent me, dog, because the way he would honk the horn, he was like, beep, 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 beep. Like, he just can't. He was like, how many times I gotta honk the horn, okay? Let me get off here because I'm just rambling about Pepe. But yes, to get on down to what I need to say. I just came on here to talk. I didn't do coffee talk because I had already had my coffee. But I just wanted to say that. I wanted to get that out. I wanted y'all to feel that, hear that, receive message or messages that was known on here. And baby, get out and do what you feel is being called for you to do. If it's sitting outside, if you used to draw as a kid, if you used to paint as a kid, if you used to play an instrument as a kid, I feel like somebody ain't played an instrument in a while, whatever it is, and y'all just need to do that. Make you feel better. Hell, you ain't got to. I wanted to play the guitar so bad. I'll never forget this. I wanted to play guitar so bad. And I had the patience to learn. And I'm just like, what's his name? I learn by ear. I don't learn by sheets of music. I don't learn by like repeating stuff. I learn by hearing. I don't learn by doing all that. But tap into your gifts more. Tap into your gifts more. You have more than like this, for example. I love this piece now. I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be like this to the side, not up and down like it normally is. Like, do what makes you happy. Live. If it's going and getting you some ice cream, if it's going to the movie by yourself, or calling a good friend of yours or a family member and you going to the movies. What else? Out to eat, or you need to go to the pond, to the lake, to the ocean, to any type of water, body of water, rivers. Get out in nature. Go to the zoo. Go to the aquarium if you have an aquarium near you. Or just do a day trip, travel. Go spend time with family. Whatever it is, you can sit down and make stuff. If you like to draw, if you like to read, if you like to, you know what I'm saying, create skits, if you like to do whatever it may be, sit down and do it. Because this is, and it's 111 now, the timestamp now on the phone. But this, and that's confirmation for y'all. But this right here, do what makes you happy. Do what your little child would want to do, okay? And if y'all made it this far to the video, I thank y'all very much. There was so many different messages for so many different individuals on here. I do appreciate all of my, I don't call them subscribers. I call y'all DG fam, right? Hashtag DG fam. I call y'all DG fam for a reason, because I don't, like, yes, y'all are subscribers to that extent, but y'all, I definitely don't call them followers. I don't like that. I don't know what that is, but I just don't like that word. But thank you to everybody that is just tapped in to me. Thank you for those that actually stuck through this video, all the way through the video. If you stuck through the entire video and you made it to where I'm talking to you right now at this current time stamp at 1:12:50, I want you to put okay. You can say O and then K, or spell the whole word out, or put Pepe, okay? So I know you made it that far to the video, because that's going to really brighten me on the inside. It's going to make me happy. Don't stop. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep going. I know stuff gets rough and it sucks, but we have to keep pushing through it, y'all. Make that content. Get out there, make that phone call. Get out there and do them skits. Get out there and do your stuff. Feed your inner child. Be happy. I send y'all love and light and everything else that I can think of and possibly could send y'all, right? Y'all have a blessed, beautiful day. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful weekend. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful rest of your week. I don't know when I'm going to put out any more content. I know you all will get some content right before my birthday and probably during my birthday, which is August 7th. Shout out to the Leos. We the shit. Anyway, y'all will get some more content, but probably around that time frame, like right before, during, or after, because I've just taken more time to myself. But yes, I send love and light and everything that I could possibly send y'all through this phone and through YouTube in general. Thank you for watching me, and y'all have a beautiful rest of your day, weekend, week, whatever. And always remember, you are in control of you, okay?